Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, happy Sunday morning to you all. Headed out for a breakfast, meet, and work commute on the Rebel today. Not great news today. My business partner that was in the hospital for a while has passed. So a few of my other business partners and I are going to go down to his house, and with his family's consent, of course, we're going to go through his computer and find information on his client base that needs support, get some passwords, get account information, sign-ins, that sort of thing. That way we can kind of pick up the scattered pieces and continue moving along. So we're going to be going south. I forget where his house even is. It's really far south, past Rocheron and all that. It's down by the San Bernard River or something like that. It's really far out there, but that's okay. We'll go and see what we can do. Weather's fairly nice this morning. It's not a bad temperature out here, low 80s. It's going to be hot today, though. We're headed for a high of it's either 100 or 101, so basically the same as it's been for the last several weeks, a couple weeks at least. Hot every day. All this water you see is not rain. This is runoff from people's sprinklers, trying to keep their yards from dying. We actually haven't been running our sprinkler very much. We've got a broken sprinkler head in the backyard that has been repaired like 3 times, and it keeps falling apart and creating this massive crater around the head, because it's broken off underground about a foot or so, and all the water jetting out of there just creates this huge cavity. So I got this huge hole back there that's got to be filled in. So I've tried turning off that zone several times, and I don't know, the controller just does not want to ignore that zone. It won't turn it off, and when it runs for 10 minutes. We're losing so much water, making a bigger hole. So I've not been running it much, and our water bill over doubles whenever we turn on that sprinkler system. It goes from, I don't know, $80 a month or something like that to almost $200 a month. Ouch. It's a lot of money in water and sewer there. I don't like my yard that much. So I'm hoping for the rain, the natural stuff, to grace our presence again. Yeah, it's really nice out here this morning. This is probably the nicest it's been in Houston in 3 weeks, right here. A little bit of clouds to keep the sun down. Moderate temperature. It's amazing how much cooler this old fly racing jacket of mine is versus the other ones that I've been riding with for the last several months. I like this one, but I need to get better armor for it, or new armor. It's old. It's got to be almost 10 years old now. But it's got fantastic airflow. I just love this thing. I've got to find a modern equivalent of it. The zipper on this one's getting hitchy, and it's getting pretty long in the tooth. But in this Houston heat, man, airflow is the primary directive. a scooter with no safety gear, but he's wearing a face mask. Okay. Driving like a complete boob, too. Okie dokie, dude. Alright, well, I'll sit here and wait for my buddy to show up. Oh, wait, the gate's opening. They're running toward it. Alright, I guess I'll go in. Need to let my buddy in when he shows up, because the gates are probably going to be locked. Okie dokie. Boring ride in this morning. Just thinking about a lot of private thoughts, not really talking much. So I'll catch up with you maybe for the afternoon ride back on this or one of the others. Not sure if I can find some time and it's not just brutally hot out here, which I seriously doubt. I'll get the Navi out of there, just put the side plastics back on it right at home. Haven't had that thing on the road in at least 6 months. It's been a long time. So anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the afternoon. It's a full day later almost. It's 3:30, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. It's hot as hell, and my Rebel sat out here all day in the sun, and the seat was so hot I could barely even touch it to move the thing around. It was like, hell no, I am not letting my balls bake on that seat. So I pulled it into the garage here and swapped out for the 500X, which has been sitting in the shade all day. So hopefully I'll keep my gonads intact. Alright, put this thing on here to get a charge, and my buddy's waiting on me to get out the gates over there. Ugh. The gates are locked on the weekend, so he can't even leave unless I get my butt in gear. So, on we go. Figured it's a good idea to go ahead and swap for the 500X because it's my efficient commuter. Rebel is not too inefficient, but it's not nearly as efficient as this one is. Alright, let's see if I can hit the button in my pocket without opening. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so the trip down to Brazoria area was successful. We met with the family down there for our fallen comrade and copied a bunch of information, business stuff. That way we can try to resume where he's left off, keep our mutual customers happy and still working. So I gotta go through this huge data dump and figure out what we need, what we can use as far as account information, passwords, logins, all that. So we'll see how it goes. I've got a whole ton of info that I gotta go sorting through tonight and tomorrow, and take care of the biggest customers first, as far as the highest seat counts and what the largest impact might be if accounts are past due, you know, on billing and that sort of thing. So try to shore up the deficiencies. Then we're going to get into figuring out whether we need to do account transfers and that sort of thing, or if some of the stuff is already in the client's names and we just don't have logins to it, that sort of thing. But if the billing is not being paid direct by the client, then obviously we've got to figure out transfer of ownership and all that stuff. It's a somber day, but you know, life goes on. I've discussed it in my vlogs before. You know, it's not a happy subject. Nobody ever wants to really talk about it or think about it, but you know, we're only here for a little while. This is all temporary, and we're all headed to the grave eventually, and it's just a matter of managing life and expectations along the way, and trying to provide continuity and closure for those that are still here when we depart. Ooh boy, it's hot today. I checked the official temperatures on the phone a few minutes ago, and said 99 degrees with a heat index of 108 or 109, something like that. I'm sure it's hotter than that here on this asphalt concrete. Man, it's hot. I'm ready to go inside, strip up all these hot, sweaty clothes, and be a big, tall glass of Long Island iced tea with a lot of ice. All right, thanks for tagging along, and I will catch you on the next ride.